Welcome to the hottest marriage show known to man. We will discuss parenting, relationships, religion, careers, health, and anything else that can fall under. We want to give uncommon conversations the light to help other relationships to flourish through naked truths. Come walk with us as we get naked. Good morning, my love. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. I was just thinking we just completed our walk, and I know that in previous episodes, we were talking about the weather of Michigan, and it's still beautiful out here.
Still,
like the leaves, like the red leaves that you notice when you walk through the city where we're located is beautiful, isn't it?
yeah. I love, out of all the fall colors, I love the bright red. The bright red. Oh, it's so beautiful. There are not enough of them, but yeah.
I just want to clarify too. Like when I said the red, it doesn't look like a crimson red.
No, it's like a really bright,
vibrant,
just off of orange.
It's like a vibrant red with that illuminates with the yellow, green, brown.
Hey, y'all
look.
notice how I got him on this Michigan fall? He be. Did you hear him?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. And it wasn't as cold this morning, but even during the cold, if you can appreciate the walk, it kind of just makes you forget the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you have great company. Because I think I only complain about when it's cold when I have to walk Kingston by myself.
Hey, look, how often has that been?
What's that?
You having to walk him by yourself?
No, I'm saying it I know that I've complained about it being cold because you weren't there. So
yeah, okay.
I can only talk about those moments.
Mm.
So we were talking about responses that your kids kind of develop from you, and we want to stop things. There's a situation with our daughter Day. She was eating some ramen noodles. Well, she was warming them up, and by the time she got to her table to eat, she had like 3 slices of pizza.
It was 2.
It was one really large slice that could have been 2 with another piece that looked like 2 or 3 slices of pizza. So now, mind you, Day's small person, and she typically eats only enough for her to be filled. Like, she will eat more if she wants to, but she typically knows how much she wants to eat. So she's eating these ramen noodles. Typically, that is all she eats for a meal. Now she has this pizza. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and she said, I'm sorry. And I just went on because I was bothered because she had 2 meals in front of her. But Kanika today kind of brought it to my attention that what bothered her about that conversation is that she said, I'm sorry. And she didn't even know she was sorry for it until Kanika, I told Kanika, well, Kanika already knew what I was bothered by because she had 2 meals. But Day thought I was bothered by her, by what?
Because Day has been, John's on this whole thing, and I'm not going to call it a whole thing to minimize it. John is really trying to change the way the whole family eats, which we're working toward it. And so Day had decided that she wanted to try to be vegan, and she talked to him about it. And so when she was sitting there with her food, later on I asked her, I said, why did you apologize? And she said, because I'm supposed to be trying to be vegan. And so she was saying she was sorry to her father because she was sitting there with food in front of her that had meat, and she had already said that she was going to be vegan with him. But that wasn't what he was talking about. And what bothered me about it is I'm the type of person where if you're having breakfast at my house and you say, oh, where's the ketchup? I will go and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go get that for you. And then I'll go get it. Like if I forgot something, I'll say I'm sorry. Or if someone like John will sometimes be like, why'd you do that? I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me just go ahead and do this, because what I'm trying to do is I apologize and then I try to correct it so that people can quit talking to me, or not quit talking to me, but people can be satisfied with the interaction, and then I can go on about my business. And I'll never forget one time the ketchup situation happened. It was the first time I really noticed that I said, I'm sorry a lot. So we're at our house. We had some friends stay overnight, and John's friend and his wife and somebody else were at the house, and so we give them breakfast. And she said, she's older than me, and she had asked about the ketchup, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, let me go get that for you. She said, why do you say that? Quit saying sorry. I don't like it when you say I'm sorry all the time. You always say that. Now, first of all, I don't spend a lot of time with this woman, but it took me by surprise, first of all, in the aggression of which she was saying it. And it made me really angry, because I was like, that's me being polite. In my head, this is what I'm saying. That's me being polite. It was just saying, let me get that for you. But I could have said, let me get that for you. I didn't have to say I was sorry. Mm-hmm. I didn't do anything wrong, and I felt like after she said that, look, it had been years, and I was like, I definitely could have been okay with her leaving my house and not coming back. That's how I felt at how much she caught me off guard. But later on, I had to sit there and really sit in. Just because her delivery wasn't the delivery that I would like didn't mean that she wasn't telling me the truth. Like, why am I apologizing for stuff? It doesn't even make any sense. And then I realized after she said that, it made me think about it when I would say I'm sorry to people, but I wouldn't correct it. But what made me want to really correct it, like for real, was when I heard Day. Because I said, why did you say you were sorry? She was like, because I was supposed to be a vegan, blah, blah, blah. I said, that's not what your dad was talking about. He was trying to figure out why you had 2 meals sitting in front of you. But the thing about her is, I want Day to understand that you don't have to apologize for yourself. If you chose, it might be gluttonous, but if you chose to have 2 meals, it's not like to tell him you apologize to him for having 2 meals didn't make sense. To say, I apologize to you for eating meat if that's my choice, it doesn't make sense, because it's a process. True, she shouldn't have had 2 meals in front of her. But to say I'm sorry as if she wounded or hurt him or offended him by her choice, I don't want Day to be like me, where she is a woman constantly apologizing for the choices that she's making. And for me, it is one of the immediate words that come out of my mouth. And this situation of her doing that, it made me feel like I can't do that anymore. Now it's different.
Let me ask you a question. So I can see how that could be bad if somebody were to take advantage of a person who did that. I totally understand the usage of not even using it if it doesn't make sense.
Right.
I'm trying to think, like when I hear it before, I took it the way that you did. And then when I remember the situation you're talking about, and that's when I started becoming a little more cognizant about that with other people, but I never did that with you. And it's crazy, until this morning when we decided we were going to try to remove that. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know why I never tried to do it before, but we've decided that when she does that, I'm supposed to ask her, what is she sorry for? And then she was like, I need you to ask it the way that you just asked it. Because when I'm typically, if she says she's sorry, it's because I done effed up, I done something, and she just wants it to stop. And if I was like, what you sorry for then? She don't want. She's like, forget it. I'm sorry. It's over.
And because my day is delicate, I don't want you running up on her and saying, what are you sorry for? What do you say? I need you to say it just like that. What are you sorry for?
Yeah.
To make someone think about it. Like, don't.
You know,
then I'm be like, you know what? I'm sorry. Just never mind.
I know. And the type of person that I am, I really do want to be able to respond in a way. You know, I have to like figure out why am I responding this way to people that I love. And it's disheartening as a man to know that I'm capable of treating people outside of my household in the same situation better, because I feel like out of respect, I'm supposed to treat people better, but I'm thinking inside the household, they should know better. But I forget that they don't know better because they haven't learned the process of certain things of how I am. And I'm still learning there. So it's like a conflict of systems colliding. So me as a man, how I grew up trying to decipher what's good for our household and how to get the best performance literally comes from how I lead, to me. And I've been trying to change the way that I communicate, because I feel like the better communicator I am, the better they'll be. And they won't have to go through all of the, you know, the missteps of arguments from being misunderstood. So speaking with my wife, you know, I think I have like a competition thing with, I want to be on her level as a parent. And the way that she responds to things is like, it really bothers me. It's almost like shooting free throws. If you Shaq and you're like, man, I know I put enough work in. Why isn't the ball going in? Well, I would like to believe he put enough work in. But my wife, the way that she responds to my tones and inflection and mannerisms, the way that she downplays it, but I know that she's upset. Like if she responded, if she did that to me, I would be like, "Who you?"
Right.
And it's so crazy. And I need you guys to know, it hurts me as a man that I still act like this.
Yeah.
I know, like.
So, I mean, but you know, it's old habits die hard, but you know, effort means the most when I see that there's effort. But even at this point, yeah, like when we were having the conversation, that was a great suggestion. Well, why don't I just ask you, you know, why are you sorry? I have to say, like, but when you deliver that message, how is it going to, like, is it to make you think, or is it to make you try to figure out how to hurry up and fix the situation? Because I'm going to say I'm sorry again. And I'm really going to work on that coming out of I don't want that to be a part of my vocabulary. But I don't know, you know, in my growth, you get some growth too. Because there have been some other situations where I'm like, why do you have to ask like that? Like when you be like, whenever you raise your voice and you turn your face up to question somebody as to why they're doing it, it's an immediate response for people to either take the defensive or try to hurry up and fix it. And it's not even your intention all the time. And then to react to it, you're like, that wasn't my intent, sir.
It wasn't.
You just harassed me.
I know. You know what's so crazy is that it's so quick now, though. Like, like I don't know. Before, at least I know where it's coming from. You know, like it's bad habits or whatnot. But I wish I could. When somebody says something and I feel like I'm gonna respond really quick, that I'm able to just pause and be like, okay, who is talking? What are they trying to send? What am I supposed to take from it? And how can I make sure that this isn't blown out of proportion? Mm-hmm. Like, I haven't been able to slow all of that down where it is second nature, because I'm so used to, you know, acting that way. And I don't know. You would think that after this, you know, I was thinking with my friends, they was like, oh, that's just John.
Yeah. And me too.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I want to remove that where they were like, dang, John don't act like that anymore.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How do I put Post-it notes? I know, okay, so if I can help you to not say I'm sorry by trying to put things in front of you. What can I do? What do you think? And if you guys have some suggestions, you're more than welcome to let me know. I know I need therapy, so
that doesn't have to be one of the.
No, I mean, even
y'all don't have to put that one on because we got that part.
Unless you have somebody that you think had a similar role, and they have somebody that could kind of line up with what I'm coming from. Because the point of this podcast, I just want people to know, like, and I know it's like a sidebar, but we're gonna come back. I want to thank everybody again for the feedback. And I know everybody was like, you should do this, you should do that. But this is one of those things where this is one of those organic things that we feel like can help other relationships, because people don't know how to talk about things. Because I know when I got into this relationship that turned into this, that I wish we had a little more guidance so we didn't have to have so many, ideas of what was right and what was wrong, because we just didn't have anybody to tell us that, or even converse, because we were fairly older than, as far as marriage wise, with our friends, because they got married after us. So we the ones that had like the experience, and it was like we didn't have nobody to say, hey man, y'all should do this or y'all should do that. So this is like showing y'all how we've gotten to this point. Because if we were at this point at year 1 or 2, oh my gosh.
But the goal isn't, and it's not to say this is what you should do or not do.
I'm just talking about getting better as far as communicating with your spouse.
I agree with this is what you should do. What I'm saying is that you don't know all of the options that there are to address a problem if you're not talking to other people. You only know from your perspective and what you've seen growing up. So it helps to even have a friend make a suggestion, and you could be like, that wouldn't really work for us because I don't believe in that, or I don't agree with that part. But we could take pieces of that and use it. Just like you could take pieces of what we're talking about and maybe use it. It's not... The goal is just to share ideas, exchange ideas, and hopefully do better, so that the next generation of kids, as they're watching us go through these relationships, their relationships will be healthier.
Definitely. And, I was thinking about the way that we view sex, like it's just a part of the culture. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like the most prominent families throughout history, they probably didn't have those problems. It was like they probably had illegitimates, but they had enough money to make it disappear. Are you there where you're not protecting your family enough to make sure those mishaps are not happening?
Right.
And if we keep providing these opportunities for our kids to say it's a part of, well, don't expect to be that family you're supposed to want to become. Like, nobody just wants to be the robot living day to day. At some point, you got to be like, it's got to be more to life. And when you decide that your family is supposed to be super dope, you're going to realize that you're going to have to kind of curve some of the behaviors you learned because you thought that was the right way. Because I tell you, if I wasn't having sex at such an early age, I could have been like sharpening other swords in my life. But instead, I became really good with the ladies. And I'm not saying it was bad, but it was for the wrong reasons. My attention was focused on being happy, well, what I thought was happy with women. And I could have been using that energy to like just become a better person in something that I could have made money a lot sooner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we need to discuss these things. We don't have to keep doing what we've been doing. This traditional mindset, like this is what they did in the old days. Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that we did in the old days cannot be applied to today. And if you're still using it, then you need to catch up because everything evolves and get better. Mm-hmm. So what can you do to help me to prevent like my my disruptive mannerisms that causes the energy to change in a room?
See, and but that's hard because when you get in a room and you start moving, so there's the question of how do you help to correct a behavior amongst people and it not seem like you're slapping your husband's hand? Like I you know what I'm saying? And not to say but to say, like, if I were to say, I think there was an instance where we were having something and I said, well, can I just say tone? And you're like, no, don't say that.
Yeah, because I can't, if you say tone, everybody knows.
Right. That now I'm correcting you. So like, so another thing was we were in a social situation where he was everything he had ever wanted to be in a social situation. And I rubbed his leg because I was trying to get him to just slow down. And later on, you told me you didn't like that. When nobody is looking, I take my hand and I just kind of lower it down, like I'm trying to lower volume. Not that instance, but you don't like my hand gestures, and I don't know.
Oh, no.
Secretly.
No, I can say this. I can say now, like the hand thing,
rubbing your leg.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I can just tell you how I feel. I didn't like it because in my mind, I feel like you didn't give me enough time to develop so I could bring it back. But I didn't know it was already too far. You know, and look, check this out. Whenever I get into a conversation with somebody that could be conflicting views, my intent is not to get loud and whatever. I just feel like I'm still working on my communication, and sometimes I'm misunderstood. And, you know, sometimes when you say things over and over, she's like, you're saying the same thing. I'm like, it don't sound like the same thing in my head. I feel like I've said something different, and I feel like if I say it this way, you guys will get it. And it's like, it just seems like it's getting worse. And in my head, I'm like, it's happening. And then I feel like when I'm talking to somebody with a certain skill set, and in my head, it's a competitive thing because I'm working on communication and I'm like watching this person and I feel like they are saying things that other people would not be able to recognize. Like if you have if you converse with people on a regular, you can tell a certain level of arrogance with people's wordplay and, you know, just people that has a great personality. They use it to control the conversation for whatever it is. And then I feel like I be taking it the wrong way. And then I just start spinning.
I know. And this is all of that to say, I don't know how to stop you from spinning. And when you really get into it, then it's a lost cause. Like, it's really hard. And it's hard for me to stop you without you being angry.
I can say this, though. It rarely happens unless alcohol is involved. And that's from what I've recognized. When alcohol is involved, and I don't even drink that much anymore.
No.
And typically alcohol makes me forget all of the things I've been working on. And that's the reason why I prefer flowers, because flower slows everything down. It allows me to get a better idea of, you know, my thoughts. But when alcohol comes, I'm so worried on how people are going to perceive me. Like I really do care about if I'm presenting myself in the way that I want to be presented. You know what I'm saying? Like my presentation is. So if I don't feel
a lot more thoughtful.
I am.
Yeah. Flowers.
Yeah.
Have you utilized that term before as an equivalent? I'm just wondering if anybody knows what flowers.
Oh yeah, that's regular for people who knows what medicine. Yeah, flowers. That's actually the term.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, flowers.
Okay.
Like if you look it up and like flowers, and then it'll be like.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then there's that.
Yeah. So, and I will say this: some of you guys are like, well, you shouldn't drink. It's very difficult to not drink amongst friends who expect you to drink.
Oh yeah. I'm like, why you ain't drinking?
Yeah, I know. And it's like, and you know, I remember.
Bring you one, put it in your hand.
And that's what I've been working on. But being around my friends, like you said, old habits die. And it's like, it's always, you get really comfortable. You're like, you know what? They're not going to care as much. And then it's like.
And then out of control.
Yeah.
Spiraling.
Well, I tell you, Coop said that he didn't want me to be was it Malcolm X and that one night in Miami. Malcolm X was serious about everything.
Oh, really? And then that's who you are when you get
And it's like, you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. Why aren't we doing this? Because I'm gonna tell you, I just think different now, and I feel like
I need to see One Night in Miami.
Yeah, it's really good. It gives you. It's so crazy that they had a relationship the way that they did, and they ain't grew up near each other or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and that's what it's like a level of greatness. That's dope. So all of you guys who are great, I'm coming. My wife and I are coming together because this is a tag team. Back again. Check it. Record. Let's begin.
Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise.
You're so stupid. Yeah.
Hey, just to throw that in there, we went roller skating yesterday with the kids.
We did.
Why do roller skating rinks play the oldest music? Man. Darius was mad. He was definitely dating some of that music back, but they definitely played Whoop There It Is yesterday.
They did.
Look, and I saw you skirting on past me, and you were definitely dancing to Whoop There It Is.
Hey, it was actually Whoop. It's the P.
Whoop.
Woot was 95 South. Tag team was Whoop.
Whoop.
Whoop. Whoop.
Not
there
MP. Look at
it.
Hold on.
I know that. Tag team. That's because Whoop There It Is 95 South.
Whoop, there it is.
You know, that was.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Was it Whoop or Whoop?
Anyways,
I know
while
what
she
Whoop.
looks it up, I know it wasn't Whoop. It's Whoop.
I know it's Whoop. Whoop.
Whoop. MP.
Okay. Anyway,
while she's looking this up,
because that's who I am.
So I got Dallas is doing. He's skating by himself. He's not holding the wall. He did all of that yesterday. It was great to watch him, and I know that they're old. And I'm like, I knew how to skate really well by like 5th grade, and it just shows you the parenting. Now my father didn't take us skating. I went skating with my friends. My father allowed me to go though. My kids just didn't have friends that went skating regularly, so to watch them to like grow and get more and more comfortable is nice. Now Day, she could care less for skating. Last time we went, she went around like 4 times, and I didn't put skates on. It was look, check this out. Skating for 3 people. This is the reason why I didn't skate. It was $36 to skate, and the regular skates. It was the free. They not even free anymore. No. Like you pay to get in, and then you pay for the skates. And I'm like, this is crazy. So in my head, I'm like, I'm not skating. But it was a bad move because my daughter wanted to skate and she wasn't good, and she was like, falling hurts. So this time I said, look, if you go again, I promise I'll wear skates. And we went around, I think between maybe 15 and 20 times. And I said, would you want to do that again? And she said, yeah. And I was like, yes. That was like father moment, like, oh, she's gonna skate. Like it just changed her mind because she said she didn't have to skate again, but now she does. But Darius can skate. I just want y'all to know he's not good, but he doesn't. If he falls, it's because he's just being extra. But he knows how to skate. But Darius had this thing that just bothered me, and I want to share this with you guys because I recognize it was something that I would do. Like I would act like that I'm not that good in something, and then I would show how much I grew. He was like, look, I can't skate that good.
Yeah. He was for real like stepping skating. You know when you're not really sure and it looks like you're kind of walking. And he was like, I can only really kind of skate with 1 foot. Darius came flying around the corner. He is such an attention seeker.
And then he said, see how good I got? I was like, this dude is fool.
Dude, John's like, he act like we didn't see him skate a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he was just here. And he forgot all. I was like, Darius, we just came skating. He was like, but I was just skating on 1 foot. Now, mind you, he did wear some skates that were too small, so he ended up getting like a blister, right? He definitely had a blister. But before he got that blister, he was skating. He made it seem like we only remembered him with the blister. But he is a joy to watch when he when he wants to be seen.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He will, and you should see him. Like, so he has this this love for his cousin Day that look, we're trying to figure this out too.
I wish he didn't.
He loves her so much. Like the level of love, like and you know, we really thought that it was going to be like that. I think it's going to be one of those things that develop into it, but both of them get on each other's nerves. But Darius goes extra to show Day that I will be there for you. So Day, I got Day. We're going around. Now, mind you, we can't go that fast. Now, those of you that know how to skate, I can skate, but I'm not that good skating with somebody, you know, so I'm using a lot of leg strength going, weaving my legs in and out, trying not to hit her legs. So we're going, and guess who comes? Darius. Darius pulls up. He's like, hey, you can do this, like giving suggestions, and like I'm looking at Day's face.
Daggers.
Yeah, and it's like he's really trying to help, like, and she's like, that is not gonna help me now. I just want to do this, and like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I end up, I mean, so I was trading her on and off with the wife. Now I want you to know that my wife
can't skate.
She's a lie. She can skate. She's
I'm
not
so scared.
Look, so she only skates when she was going to skate with me. At first she started out, but then it was like I was going back and forth with her and Day. But my wife can skate. She was making it seem like she just needed me to be there, but she can skate pretty good.
You know how if you try to skate, if you're not able to make the turn where you throw the one leg over the other, look, it's different. I haven't been on skates in a number of years. And just the idea, y'all just understand, it works them thighs, the shins, everything. And then the fear of falling. Like, I visualize falling and breaking my wrist, what if somebody runs over my fingers. And it's just too much. It's too much. But I am going to let y'all know it was so crazy because he was like, well, I'll just skate with you. Y'all, why did I get all giddy?
She did.
Because I was like, oh, we used to go skating when we were in middle school. And I had these two friends. We used to go all the time. And they had boys like come to see them at the skating rink. I don't think I've ever had a boy come see me at the skating rink. And this was my first time having somebody to skate with. Y'all, that joke was so crazy. I was like, oh my God.
She really sounded like that too. I don't think I've ever skated with anyone.
And then he turned backwards and he was skating backwards and we were skating together and I was like, oh my God.
She's crazy.
He is so cute. Oh my God. My boyfriend. Wait, so I said, I've never had a boyfriend at the skate rink. He said, you still haven't.
just be straight with that.
Straight husband. But y'all, it was 30 years ago that I started going to the skate rink, and I'm just now being able to go there and skate with a boy. That's so sad.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you this: it was wonderful because the kids got out.
Oh yeah.
They got to. Well, the wife did. All of us got out. Now I want you to know that the wife was trying to throw the curveball.
I definitely was. I was like, I ain't going.
But she ended up going. But it ended up being beautiful. You know, we skated, we got our cardio in, and they got ice cream, and it was a beautiful day.
It was beautiful. I wish there were more things we could have done outside.
Yeah, like it was really nice. It looks like it's gonna be nice today too.
Yeah.
I guess we need to start being more productive during the week.
We need to figure out something to do.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're gonna work out today, so maybe you should work out with us. Which one is that? Look, she's out here. Look, you know.
First of all, no.
Well, anyways, I just want y'all to know she has been doing fairly well with her water. She's taking at least 2/3 of the water that she's supposed to take a day for like the last 5 or 6 days. Now I want y'all to know it's been very difficult prior to that to just get her to complete one. So on a consistent basis, I told her if she can do 30 days, I told her she's got to tell water she loves it. Like, just say, I love you, water. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because water truly remembers. It has a memory. Like, if y'all look, I promise. And I like, why is it any different for us if we are like made up of like 70% water? Why shouldn't we put only the best kind of water in our body and treat it like oil, treat it better? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to do this. I don't know if y'all saw this one thing. It was an article about a man who wanted a divorce from his wife, and his wife knew that, but she was dying from cancer, and she requested for him for if he will sign the papers for the divorce, if for 30 days that he would just carry her from the door to the bedroom. And over the course of the 30 days, they got closer and they began to become more intimate, and he fell in love with her again.
It's okay. You falling in love with me?
You know, it's more than that, because, you know, like, she was dying, and she her last few days, she wanted her kids to see that they had a great relationship. Like, she was still thinking about the family while his ass was thinking about a divorce, something younger and something like I just took so much, you know, like I really took my family for granted, and I I just got lucky to be here, and I get to appreciate every day, you know. So, you know, I know y'all gonna get these podcasts all on, you know, on a day, but I feel like this every day, and it allows me to feel like I am doing the right thing, and my kids and my family, my wife will get the best version of me. And if they get the best version of me, their days are going to look like mine. And if I feel like this, and their days are going to be great. And if we can make every day great, I mean, I think that's enough to just continue living life. And it's a blessing to be married to you, because, you know, you've always thought about the family, no matter the ignorance or bliss, stupidity I was putting on myself to give to you. I appreciate your patience. I really do. And I love you so much.
I love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Give me my flowers.
Yeah. And I need to do a better job of bringing them. I was like,
you do. You definitely, you build me up every day. You always have great things to say to me every day. So I don't want you to think that you don't. I'm just, you know, over here doing my poetry snaps. Like, you was really giving it up to me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like, it's crazy how I thought I was doing better for my family. Like, just the finance aspect, being at home, but to learn how to become the father that I've wanted to become, it's taken a lot of work. And it takes a lot of, like, breaking practices that you think you're supposed to have in your family. And it's been a process. But to watch them, it's been dope to watch.
I think that we use the word rescript a lot, but that revising and that rewriting, looking at, you know, us taking the time to really sift through all of the messages and lessons we've gotten and trying to fix them, break the things that, you know, break those habits that didn't serve us.
Yeah.
We're doing, you know, we're trying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like this podcast is dope for me, because of like this. You know what I'm saying? We can show people like how we really talk.
Yeah.
And it's been therapeutic for sure. And I was telling Kanika this morning when we were leaving that whenever we talk, I try to take something from her because eventually I want to get to the point where no matter what happens, she's able to break down my rationale of why I would do something. She knows that she'll be able to say, okay, John knows I hate this, but I know he's pretty adamant about this, so he's going to pick this over me. So I know he would do this, but I know how he feels about it. So I want to get it to the point where she can literally understand how I think. So every time we have a conversation, I'm taking a little bit so that I can make sure that I'm not talking crazy to her that makes her feel like she has to say sorry. You know, because if I change my presentation, maybe her sorries are less and she doesn't have to be so cognizant of saying it. Or maybe I'm the one that got you saying sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sorry though.
Yeah. So I need to stop putting you in a position to cover up my stupidity.
But at the same time, our daughter is doing it not because of your stupidity, but because of me. And my patterns.
I know.
So, you know, you got work, I got work.
Yes. And that's what we want to do. Just continue to work to get better one day at a time. You're not going to see these things happen overnight, I'm telling you. But over the course of time, you do a little bit every day, you'll be able to look back and be like, wow, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to stop thinking about a microwave fix because a lot of the habits you got didn't happen overnight. It happened over a course of time. So you have to do the exact opposite to get it back. And if you want to be great, you're willing to sacrifice those things for you to be great. And I challenge all of you. You got anything you want to say, dude, before we get out of here?
Stop being sorry.
Stop being sorry. And those of you that are making women say that they're sorry, stop doing that. And if you don't think you're doing it, try to reevaluate. You know, like a lot of things that we believe in are passed on to us. And I can no longer walk the way that I used to walk. I have to, if I get enough information, I'm going to use it to be better. And I challenge all of y'all. I want to thank all of you guys again for tuning in to us. Make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA, get after that action, or else that action will get after you.
Boom, shakalaka.